we don't know if it will be. Here's the one of the little robots. They've now designed a couple of different ones to go up there, and it has a little camera on it, and it rides up there, and it can get wider and narrower. It has lots of little functions, and here's what the little door looked like, if you recall. And these are copper handles, and that was a surprise, because this is the Bronze Age, supposedly, but these guys had copper. Now, Peter Renton, an Englishman, came up with the theory that these are not handles. These are electrodes. And if you just connect them, you will open the orifice under the sand chamber. It's a staff of Isis is a shaft with copper coils around it that look like snakes, but that's an electromagnet. If you just put a little current through that or connect the current that already exists, it will open the orifice and all the sand will drain and you'll be able to go to the far chamber. That was his theory. Well, Zahi was scared to do that because if you connected those and it did anything else, he would be erased from the Egyptian history. So, as you know, he opted to go with National Geographic, and they brought in, well, I'll show you the equipment in a minute. This is a schematic to show you where we are. Here's the niche, and here's the passageway, and here's the sand chamber over here. This is the air vent, and the little plug is up further, so you get a sense of the layout of it. And here is the little machine that you saw live on TV that drilled the hole through it. One thing that puzzled us when we saw the live shot is that this was longer in the original photos. So we were wondering if they had already tinkered with it a bit, but no one will say anything about it. And when they drilled the hole and put the camera through the hole, they saw an open chamber again and another block. See this block right here? So they thought, oh gosh, the Egyptians just tricked us. The copper went nothing. But Peter Renton went nuts because this means it wasn't opening to a chamber. It was the electrodes. And if you connect them, you will open that orifice in the sand chamber. But, of course, no one wants to do that. Well, a lot of us want to do it, but not Zahi. So there's still a mystery about the Queen's Chamber that we're still wondering how he's going to work it out. National Geographic wants to come back and work some more, but they're delaying it. So now we jump up to the King's Chamber, and Edgar Cayce had a lot to say about this. Here's the Grand Gallery passageway. This is called the Chamber of the Triple Veils. 3 veils of consciousness: conscious mind, subconscious, and superconscious. And when you came through there, the initiate went through an initiation there that allowed him to come in a sarcophagus that is empty, no lid. And this is where the initiates went through a death-like experience. In fact, the Cayce readings say John the Baptist and Jesus actually went through an initiation here when they were young boys in Egypt. The thing that we want to point out to you are the 5 granite slabs and 2 limestone slabs, and Edgar's statement, also the Mayans and other cultures, ancient cultures, say there are only 7 ages of humanity on the earth. And we're in the 5th age. We're coming into, some say the 4th, some say the 5th. And you go through these 7 stages, and that's the end of it. And the arrow points upward. And Edgar said the reason it was laid out according to the stars were we descended from the stars and we will ascend back. Even Jesus said to Nicodemus, no one ascends to heaven but he or she who already descended from it. And so that's sort of the theme, and we go through these. However, when Davidson got Marsham Adams' material, he knew that the pyramid was a prophecy chamber. That was in 1910. In 1930, Edgar Cayce was asked about Davidson's prophecy, and he said, yeah, it's right on, look at it. They're exaggerated in some areas where he went too far out of the realm of it. But every pyramid inch, and this is the boss stone, and on it is the mark of the pyramid inch. So Davidson and Aldersmith went back and measured everything, and every low passage, Cayce said, was a hardship in the macrocosm of the world, and in the initiate, it was a humbling experience. The first low passage measures the dates of World War I. The second low passage, when you come into it, is the Great Depression, about 1927, 28, and then through 29 and all, to World War II, ending right here in 1945. So it was just amazing. And then Aldersmith and Davidson thought in 1958, you can't see that too well, but that's 58, the world ended. And then in 1930, Cayce said, no, you were supposed to go up the wall. Well, they didn't know, you know. So here you go up the wall, and here's 2001 when a major shift in the world politics occurred, right in this space. And now Edgar said every time you go through granite, you're going through a hard period, a struggle period. Every time you go through one of the air openings, it's a buoyant, expansive period. So we're right in here, coming right in here at 2008, and this open period is 2012. The Mayan date of destiny coming soon. But the apex is around 2038, and Edgar said when you hit the apex, the prophecy of the pyramid's over. The new body type, he called the fifth root race, a new body with 12 chakras, more luminescence, higher spiritual awareness, cosmic connection, will be developed in most people. He said it overlaps, so some people will still be walking around in the old body. But the new body comes, and this ends the prophecy of the pyramid. 2038, not too far away. And the new age begins. Here's the way the layout of the plateau has been computerized by the archaeologists. You can't see any of this today, but the causeway from the Great Pyramid came way down here to what is called the Valley Temple. If you were an initiate, the boat would have come up here from the Nile. You would have gone in and been bathed and put new clothes put on, white linen and gold. Your hair would have been anointed with oil, and then you would have started the long process going up to the pyramid for your initiation. Now, the other mystery is Edgar saying that the Hall of Records is under the Sphinx. Well, this is the dream stela in front of the Sphinx between his paws. And you can clearly see that the eastern-facing Sphinx, which is this one, and that's the western-facing, deep down there is an entrance to a chamber underneath.